Hey, it's Nick, live from set, and here's Carrie, moving some stuff around and whatnot. uh, this is a bunch of material that was used to black out the door. We needed to make it look like nighttime, and we still have a bunch of that material up behind here. Some of it's fallen down, but we don't need it now because we're done filming. But we spent quite a bit of time doing all that. That's still blacked out. I need to get that because it's sitting outside. Yeah, we blacked out all this. That's all come down because we had to make a giant wall of light outside to silhouette our character Bill. That was pretty cool. We just had bunches of lights out there and some diffusion material to make it seem like it was one big light. And look at this, the set design. That is amazing. There's piles of paper of our character who was writing at the typewriter, which was sitting here. You know, he would just toss more and more and more paper out there. And here's some more of the stuff blacked out right there. But yeah, there's a typewriter there. We actually had our character Bill today actually throw the typewriter off of the table and onto the floor. That was pretty exciting. We had a pile of pillows sitting there and two people manning a towel on either side to try to catch it, and it still hit the towel, bounced, and fell onto the floor. But luckily it's still intact and doing well. So yeah, that was some interesting stuff. You might notice a bunch of mud all over the place, just a little bit here and there. I haven't broken down everything, but this place was completely torn apart a while ago. You should have seen this place. It was nuts because we had our character Bill get all muddy because he's been outside digging a grave and then comes inside here and cleans up. And we had our slider rig, which is this guy right here. This is a piece of rain gutter, and then the grill for it. Then we have attached a tripod head here so that we can manipulate it. And then I had a couple of taken apart clothespins against it so that it can't actually move to the left and right. It stayed on one precise place, and then we could only tilt up and down, and that makes for a very, very interesting shot that we did in here that you'll eventually see. But it was a very neat shot. We had that supported on the rim of the bathtub and then on top of the case, and it just like went right through here, and it was a really neat shot. Once you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about, and it will be amazing. And our character washes up in there, and we actually used our waterproof rig, as you see here. And I actually jumped inside the bathtub while he's taking a shower, and that was a very dramatic piece of stuff, which is one of the reasons why I don't have shoes on or shirt or anything, because I, made sure I was just wearing my shorts so I didn't get everything wet. But yeah, that stuff was really, really cool. Yeah, and we got everything really muddy. It's a little bit better now, but oh my gosh, you should have seen it earlier. It was insane. So yeah, there's some really interesting stuff happened today. It was a lot of fun. We had to do some special stuff with synchro scanning the television set in here so that our character could have some funkiness going on with the screen. Yeah, so we did a lot of really nutty stuff today, a lot of really close-up stuff using diopters so that we can get really close to a lot of subjects, a lot of really low f-stop cinematography like f1.2, then plus diopters. We did some montage stuff, a la like Evil Dead 2 type of material. That was a lot of fun. You know, people putting knives into holsters and putting a hammer into the belt over here and sharpening a knife and shoving arrows into the quiver, and it should all cut together and be really quick and look really, really neat. Even at one point we had some stuff where our character was interacting with a camera and is supposed to shove it away, but he ended up shoving it onto the floor. So we changed, we went completely off our storyboards, and since it was already on the floor, we went ahead and used our pocket dolly and actually went ahead and decided, hey, it went onto the floor, let's do our shots from the floor with a pocket dolly. And some of that stuff was really, really interesting, moving around with the pocket dolly. We did some really neat stuff with that. And yeah, so we got a lot of stuff accomplished today. A lot of really interesting shots. This film is really, really ramping up to be something really amazing. Me and Trevor kind of decided at the beginning that every shot is going to just look as good as we can make it. It's just not going to be just like, okay, this is just this shot, let's just get through it. It's all stylized. It's all got good lighting. It all is a slave to the mood and the content. And yeah, it's just looking really, really cool. So yeah, and then tomorrow we'll be filming at my personal house inside of my own bathroom on the 4th of July. And yeah, that should be a lot of fun. We're going to have 2 different locations on the 4th of July. One is going to be my place, and one's going to be an old abandoned house. And our character is going to be wandering around inside of this house, and then eventually coming to a bathroom and trying to get into the bathroom. Then eventually they get in, and the character does get in, and then he's going to be actually in the finished film going to be actually entering my bathroom at my house, which my tub is going to be filled with Jello that's all red like blood, and going to be filled with like skulls and, you know, just all kinds of like animal carcasses and weird things, and it's going to be a really creepy scene and going to be really cool. So yeah, we're going to get that stuff accomplished tomorrow, and I'm sure once I have that finished, I will do another update for you guys and show you what has been happening. A lot of exciting stuff happening here on set, and tomorrow we're going to do more like crazy camera rigs and things. Just like today, we did that weird slider and the pocket dolly, and we did some diopter stuff with very low f-stop lenses. Tomorrow we're going to be using a SnorriCam and a point of view camera system, and we're going to be using on our abandoned house location nothing but portable LED and fluorescent lighting. So that's going to be a lot of interesting stuff that happens there, certainly with the point of view and with the SnorriCam, which means it's a camera just like this, where it except for it's much more stable, where it's just pointing at the person's head. That's going to be some really cool stuff. And we might also break out my 65mm f/0.75 lens, and that will be some really cool, amazing stuff. We might break that out at the abandoned house location, since it's such a low light situation. You can really use a low f-stop lens. So that's going to be some interesting stuff. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end this one. We'll see you tomorrow. Should be really cool. So, without further ado, in the words of my favorite YouTube musical artist, the Ukulele, push the button.